Hey everyone, Dominic here, bringing another Ravening Report. This time we've got Saurian Ancients versus Dwarven Holds. So this is going to be game number 3 of the escalation type games day we had here, just to kick off our new league. The first two games, the first one I guess being 2,500 points, the second one being 3,500 points. This last one is going to be standard size game at 4,500 points. Each time it goes up, you have to include everything you had in the last list. You can add on units, but you can't take anything away. This scenario here, we're going to play Frontline Clash with Capture the Flags as the secondary objective. We did have a little bit of a bonus, as this one is both units that won, or units that ended the game 2 with one of the Spoils of War tokens, actually got to get a bonus in the form of +1 magic resistance. Doesn't really come into effect this game, but just a little something extra that we had is a bit of background story. But either way, let's get started here. So for Dwarven Holds, he's got a Bolt Thrower, he's got a Vengeance Seeker, he's got a big unit of 20 crossbows, I believe full command. He's got a unit of, I think these ones are the Deep Watch, with full command, probably some sort of Dwarven banner. A Thane in here, all kitted out as well, BSB. Next to that, he's got, this is going to be his Runic Anvil. He has a Organ Gun. He's got another 10 crossbowmen up here, another Vengeance Seeker, a unit of Kingsguard with his King General all tooled up in there as well, and lastly he has a unit of, what are these? These are another unit of 20 crossbows, full command, and probably some other kind of dwarf banner I think as well. And I don't know if I took a picture of it, but he has a bolt thrower just off screen as well. For Saurian Ancients, the addition for my 4,500 point list is almost entirely this guy. I have a Saurian Warlord on an Alpha Carnosaur wielding a halberd, and that's it. We have a unit of 3 Pterodons with the Firebolas. I have a unit of 16 Skink Braves, Javelins, Banner, Musician, and the Poison Banner. I've got my Army General, who's the Quadalord. He's got Master of Divination with Symbiosis and the Spear of Shielding. I've got 2 units here that are exactly the same. They're Saurian Warriors with Spears, full command, Jaguar Warriors, and the Banner of Discipline for both of them. I also have my Spearback, the Stygiasaur with the Mystic Traveler. We have a Taurosaur with an Engine of the Ancients, and we have a unit of 7 Raptor Riders, full command, and they also gain the Totem of Mixotl. He put a hatred marker down here, and I don't know if I took a picture of it. I actually have a unit of chameleons scouting as well, part of my 4,500 point addition, so they're just off to this side, 18 inches away from that bolt thrower. Dwarves decided to take first turn, and let's get started. So yeah, this is actually, I think, movement here. He moved the 1 Vengeance Seeker from behind the building even further away from my army to go maybe put some pressure on the Skink Chameleons over here. And his blocks are both the only thing that move up a little bit, but not much, as well as the Vengeance Seeker. He tries to do shooting from the... Yeah, magic is pretty much nothing for the dwarves this entire game. Nothing of substance anyway, but either way. He tries to do the bolt thrower shot into the Alpha, and it misses. And over here he does the Organ Gun and actually I think it was the organ gun, these crossbows, and these crossbows, who actually moved, and with the -1 to hit from the totem, all of that only manages to kill one guy, even with the, especially with the engine of the Ancients right here giving that 5-up Aegis. So, other than that, that's pretty much how the table looks like, as we're going to start turn 1 for Saurian Ancients. And with nothing to sit back for, no reason to sit back, I just kind of push up my lines here. We go to Magic, and we try and do Awaken the Beast for +1 resilience on these guys. I think that gets stopped. We do Spark of Creation over here and get really lucky, and we actually kill off his organ gun, which was pretty surprising. And that was pretty much it. Shooting, we did 4 wounds to that bolt thrower over here, which was pretty absurd, but still did 4 wounds back here. And that's what the table looks like, as we're going to go to Dwarf's turn number 2. So he continues to push up with his blocks, and he moved up with this 1 shooting unit again. Shooting just wasn't being very effective on this side, so we wanted to get better ranges and better positions. Moves the 1 Vengeance Seeker towards the Pterodons, and that's pretty much it. Magic gets Rune of Resonance, and I think he did the Rune of Oaths here, which I just let go off. It didn't really make too big a difference to me. The Bolt Thrower shoots and hits this time, causes 2 wounds to the Alpha, and the center unit of crossbows open up and kill off about half of my unit. So pass my panic check, and we're sticking around. This is just measuring ranges here. He took some pot shots with the unit that moved, didn't do any damage. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is going to be Saurian Ancients, turn 2. The Raptor Riders decide to charge into his Vengeance Seeker here. The Taurosaur is just out of arc of sight, otherwise I would have went for the Taurosaur and tried to kill this thing with impact hits, but just out of arc of sight there, so I decided the Taurosaur is going to charge into the crossbows behind. They stand and shoot, do a single wound, but otherwise we make both those charges. Over here we do a sweeping attack against this guy, and I don't think it actually caused any wounds. I think it just got unlucky over here. But other than that, the rest of the big stuff just moves past and ignores his Vengeance Seeker completely. These guys walked up, and they're going to throw javelins to try and get rid of this guy, and that's pretty much it. We go to Magic phase. We do Awaken the Beast here for +1, I believe +1 resilience, and that one goes off. And we also did Know Thy Enemy up here for +2 offensive, defensive, and agility. That was pretty much it. Combat comes, and actually, I didn't take a picture of it. In the shooting phase, we only put 2 wounds on that Vengeance Seeker, but we did kill off that Bolt Thrower. So, in combat, we did 1 wound to this guy. He does nothing back. He's unbreakable, and really unfortunate. I forgot these guys were distracting, and he's going to have a flank charge on me here. Up here, we kill all but like maybe 2 of those crossbows. He breaks, we chase him down, and we're sitting on the hill looking at that runic anvil now. So, looks like I did 2 wounds in this combat, but either way, he's still sticking around, and like I said, he's got that flank charge coming up. So, that's how the table looks like as we go to Dwarfs, turn number 3. I totally missed a picture. I had put a bunch of chaff in front of him, so he's going to charge it. I hold here. The Vengeance Seeker charged and died to the stand and shoot. Like I said, I did 2 wounds in my shooting phase. And they're going to charge that flank. Both brick units make it in, and that's pretty much it. Magic, again, didn't really do much. Shooting, he did shooting here and knocks me down to, I think there's 4 guys remain in this unit now after shooting. But we do stick. Yeah, there's that Rune of Oaths here again. Anyway, he kills this guy, no problem, and pivots on the spot. And yeah, there's that shooting. And these guys take care of the Raptor Riders, no problem. And I think overran a bit. Either way. So that's how the table looks like. We're going to go to turn 3 for Saurian Ancients. So over here, the Torosaur is going to charge into that anvil. We're going to charge up here, and I believe he did a stand and shoot, but didn't get any wounds. Either that or he was holding off because he thought I was going to charge in with these guys and wanted to stand and shoot at the bigger value targets, but either way. The Stygiosaur charges into the Deep Watch. The other spear block charges into the Deep Watch, and then the Alpha Carnosaur charges in there as well. So everybody makes their charges, and yeah, that's kind of how things look after I moved it in. So continue to move these guys up just in case, well, if I don't die, he's going to be here for a long time, so continue to move up the Quadlord to get out of the danger zone of anything else, and we go to magic. We do Awaken the Beast on, I believe this was on the, I think we did it on these spears, I think is what we cast it on, but it was mainly the goal was to try and get the scarification off on the Stygiosaur, which I think I believe actually went off. We did scrying in the bubble aura from the Stygiosaur, so everybody's protected here by scrying, and that's pretty much it. Shooting, these guys don't do any shooting at anything because they don't have any targets, and we do combat. Over here, really surprising actually. I didn't think I'd win or like break him, but I do issue a challenge, or rather his Thane issues a challenge. I accept with the Alpha who's here, and I only did 1 wound to him, and he's got the Rune of Retaliation, I think is what it is, and causes me to do a single wound back to myself. Even with the Stomps, I couldn't kill Stomps and Strength 7, D3 wounds. I couldn't do anything to that guy. But we do beat up on the unit quite a bit. He sticks around because he's stubborn, and that's kind of how that looks like. Over here, they continued to fight out. He only did a wound to me. I did a couple to him, and I think this was a push. He didn't reform to ranks or anything, though. The Torosaur gets stuck up on the on that runic anvil. I only did 4 out of the 5 wounds necessary to it, and it's unbreakable, I guess. So this is going to be turn 4 for Dwarven Holds. He's going to charge in with just his king into that Stygiosaur. It makes it in, of course, and he's going to try and get the Rune of Oaths up here. I think is the only one he got off on this unit. And we go to combat. So in this combat, this time I do kill that Thane BSB. Caused another wound to myself in the process. We beat up on the unit and break his Steadfast. The king whiffs entirely. I don't think he did any wounds to the Stygiosaur. Just failed to hit as many times as he should have. And then the scarification that was off helped quite a bit as well. Not to mention the scrying bubble. We break him, we chase the king with the Stygiosaur, we chase the unit with the Alpha, both of them overrun, or catch, and hit the king's guard. And I restrained these guys because I thought I could maybe position them in such a way to get it so that they could charge the flank in my next turn. But as I was pivoting it on the spot, trying to find that sweet spot, I couldn't get it to there where his unit saw me in the flank. So I decided to go straight forward and declare a long charge in my turn 4. So that's how things are looking. This combat, I still can't put that last wound on him. Here, he does another wound to me, and I do a couple to him. We're still sticking around like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So turn 4, we charge in with this unit, makes it in. We charge in with the skinks on the flank, charge in with the chameleons on the back, and we charge in with the pterodons on the back. Pretty much everything just decided to go for it and surround that unit. The Quaddle moves up here to get in range of some magic. And we managed to do Scarification this time, or Awaken the Beast for +1 resilience on this guy, which gets Scarification off on the Stygiosaur. The Stygiosaur gets off Scrying in the bubble, so both these guys are protected again. And we also give Guiding Light to the Stygiosaur just in case. Combat, we finally managed to get rid of that Runic Anvil here and pivot on the spot just to face this unit if they're still here, which I'm guessing that they're going to still be here. And we also can still see those crossbows that are off the screen over here. This one, we win this time. Break is steadfast with these ranks, and everybody just decides to chase him this way, and we catch him, and that's kind of how that looks. And then we go ahead and we fight this one, and we kill off a couple guys, but other than that, like I said, he's going to be steadfast for days. But he fails that check on whatever it is, the 9 or the 10 that the dwarves had for leadership, and we catch him, and that's how things are going to look here coming up. So, actually, sorry, this was our round. He's stuck. In his round, I didn't take a picture of it. Again, we stick around. We're getting very dangerously close to dying. I only have 1 wound. I think he put me another wound here, and he put 3 wounds on the 3 or 4 wounds onto the Stygiosaur. Either way, I'm holding on to that last bit of life with these 2 guys. And in his turn, we do break this unit, and I think his shooting did 2 wounds to the Taurosaur. Yeah, they both have 4 wounds on them. Maybe not. Either way, like I said, we broke them, and this is going to be our turn coming up here, turn 6. So, with that in mind, the dinosaurs are going to go in. He declares a stand and shoot against the Stygiosaur, because that's the first one I did, and didn't cause any wounds. Everybody makes it in, and we just eat these guys for breakfast. So that's going to be the end of the game right there. We do up the points, and it's a crushing 20-0 victory for the Saurian Ancients. So another good games day. The escalation style is kind of neat. I know I was picking my brain for quite a while to decide on what I wanted to take and make fit into each of these so that it worked out for each of the different lists. I know I tried to do it with my vampires, and that I was not coming to any conclusions that I liked. So either way, really fun day. Not that we had any prizes or anything, but I did come out on top for this. And the next time we do it, there'll be some kind of a bonus that the winner of this event gets, is what we decided for their list, or whatever it is. Either way, there'll be some form of bonus. So hope you guys enjoy these battles, and stay tuned for the next one.